Hello and welcome to the Rogue Trader beta or playtest version. Owlcat just released a beta and we are jumping in starting a new Let's Play or playthrough. I'm Shadow Coast and welcome to the channel. If you're tuning in, we are most likely going to roll a Ministorum Priest because I was shocked to see that as an option for Origin. So let's get in, create a custom character. If you're interested in this series, please be sure to drop a thumbs up and comment. Your support means everything, and by dropping that thumbs up and commenting, that means I know you like the content and I'll keep producing it because it does take effort. So let's get started. In this video, as a disclosure, I'm going to try to get into some content here, but we're going to take our time in making our sweet Shadow Coast character for this playthrough. Let's get started. The main story. Other story modes are coming soon. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, a scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade, protectorate, and explore the fringes of a known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Von Valancius as it faces multiple dangers, from a traitor amongst its ranks to the numerous enemies seeking to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of Shattered Protectorate and forge a new path of the Rogue Trader dynasty that finds itself in the vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes rise as you cross the paths of the most powerful adversaries and rivals that chase their own goals in the darkness of Coronis Expanse. Seems like they cut out all the thes, but I'm excited and I'm intrigued. Other story modes are coming. I thought we were playing a rogue trader in all scenarios. Alright, difficulty. So, against my better judgment, we are going to go core, but we're gonna do some stuff. I'm confused as to what's harder and easier. I'm just looking here. So we're gonna do core. We're not gonna do unlimited. So we're difficulty modifier for skill checks. Where's difficulty modifier for we can't, we did 0. Percent of wounds damage required to receive injuries. We're gonna put that lower. Percent of wounds damage required to receive injury. 50. Oh, so higher is better. So we're gonna set this to 65. Delay before fresh wound becomes an old wound. Rounds. We're going to increase this. Amount of injuries received before this injury will become trauma. So we're making it a little bit easier on ourselves because this game's already hard. Modifier for attribute, NPC's attributes, we're going to do minus 10%. They're minus 20%. Oh, it doesn't save. That's going to be chaotic. What did we say? 65. We put this over to 4. Duration limit for hard crowd control effect on party. We're going to set it to 3. Full cover bonus hit. We're just going to put these all as minus 10. Alright, I'm not sure what the heck I'm doing. I think that enemy units dodge modifier. We're going to put minus 10. Alright, so we're going to do like a core. I feel like having everything hard will make it impossible to move through the game. Party momentum gain modifier. I don't know what's not hard, so we're gonna do that. Alright, so we it's still going to be a difficult playthrough, but it's not going to be quite as difficult um, as it otherwise would have been. Let's get into custom character creation. We have Hakata, Darius, Bahador. I don't want to play as any of them. We're going to create Shadow Coast. I am not sure that there's like a good... I think this is our unit card. This is the only Ministorum priest that looks like a Ministorum priest. So that makes that easy. We're gonna go with a regular person. Regular. Yeah, we're not gonna do skinny. We're just gonna do regular. Let's see. That looks about right. Can go a little tan. Hair. We're the Ministorum, so we need to be like clean. I can't tell if that's clean cut or not. No, we're gonna go with clean cut. Hair color black. Eyebrows. We'll get full eyebrows. Beard. We're gonna do no beard. Clean shaven as a Ministorum. No tattoos. No scars. No implants. Yeah, we're not gonna do an implant. And we'll do male voice. Alright, so here's the rub. I don't like the minus intelligence fellowship bonus. It just doesn't. It doesn't. So let's first click Ministorum Priest. The Ecclesiarchy. I'm gonna say that word wrong, so you can make fun of me. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, well, so be it. The Ecclesiarchy, known formally as the Adeptus Ministorum, is a vast institution that oversees the galaxy-spanning religion of the Imperium. The Ecclesiarchy's complex hierarchies and cardinals, missionaries, preachers, and zealous laity ensure the prescribed prayers and invocations are made and teach the masses to guard against heresy and deviancy. You used to be one of those fiery, charismatic individuals concerned with keeping a close watch on your congregation. Used to be. So here we have Warheim. Our attribute modifiers are going to be toughness and willpower. So the horrors of war and terrors of space, so we can keep our shit together, so to speak, and we can take a hit. Lore, Imperium, I don't care about this as much. We're gonna have other people to cover that, but we will do some Medicae stuff. That is the weirdest helmet ever. It like, we got like one strap coming up and around, right? Is that what the... Yeah, it's like a strap coming up. I don't know what the hell that is. Also, by the way, are you gonna let us change color? I was experimenting before and nothing worked. I wanna do blue. We do a blue someplace. Secondary color we'll do is black. Show helmets on. Alright, I don't know if that work. Wait, does it work? Maybe down here? I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, so our origin here, we have toughness and willpower are gonna be important. Attribute modifiers, we're gonna get plus Imperium and willpower, so we can go heavy on that. So this is gonna mean we're gonna have a lot of willpower. High willpower allows a character to exert control over a crowd of near-riding hab workers or interrogate captured heretics. It is often used when wielding and resisting psychic powers. Interesting, because we're not going to be a psyker, because that's down here, to my knowledge. But that is what it is. We're gonna go with it. We are gonna go with it. Ministorum Priest. I'm intrigued. Alright, so we're prioritizing willpower, Medicae, or just willpower in general. We have a Warheim that's kind of a buff. We have some more buffs. So here's the rub. All of these are work in progress. The only one that's like thought out is Death World. but Death World is made for a melee character, and I don't want to have negative intelligence and fellowship. Like, it's not, it doesn't make sense for our character, and we're probably going to go more the support buff route of leader. So we're going to look at something that's going to give us fellowship and not directly damage willpower, if that exists. These all really negatively impact willpower. Like fellowship, or like we don't have, the only fellowship negatively impacts willpower. Well, maybe that's fine. You know, we're gonna go Hive World because when we upgrade, we'll be able to make up for willpower. So we're gonna go willpower agility. That's gonna help us dodge. So I'm thinking this makes sense, but we'll see in practice. Triumph, we don't have a Triumph. We don't have a Darkest Hour. Doctrines. We're gonna go leader. Warning, this version only contains limited selection of advancement paths for leader for the second half of the version content. If you plan on playing this version for 10 plus hours, consider selecting another doctrine. What the hell? We can't upgrade into... Leaders use their willpower and fellowship to... Wait, we can't... Hold on. What? So... I'm confused. Like, why is the leader basically, like, screwed? I didn't notice that before. I didn't notice that. Warning. I don't like that warning. This version only contains limited selection of advancement paths. So I wonder if fighter can become any of these people? I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. We're gonna pick leader at risk because we're gonna bring it down. And yeah, skills here, characteristics, fellowship, willpower, toughness, weapon skill, ballistic skills. So willpower's in there. Is willpower in any of the other ones? I don't think so. Alright, well that I did not realize. I'm a little concerned here, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we just need another playthrough and I'll roll a different character. Alright, let's see here. First off, we're going to increase toughness. We're going to max out. We can only, they won't let us like super max it out. 45 willpower will kind of make up for it. I'm going to do ballistic skills. And boom, we'll be okay, I think. We Von Valancius flagship, Daring Destiny. There we go. And with that, we have Shadow Coast, the priest. So let's not forget to customize our character here. We are a leader. Ministorum. This thing is gonna bug the crap out of me, but maybe we just don't view helmets. Let's go. Shadow Coast, the Ministorum Priest. I have not played this beta version at all, so I have no idea if we're actually getting Act 1. Conrad Rook, an excellent place for contemplation. The man who has approached you is gazing down into the depths of the vast temple on one of the lower decks. One has the best view of the cathedral from here, mesmerizing, wouldn't you say, an impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. Alright, truly an awe-inspiring sight. Conrad, the man nods in satisfaction as if your words have confirmed some thought he had. That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence, for it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life to the master of humanity. He sighs and turns to you. Hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are words. Alright, got that. Thank you. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Rook, Master of Whispers, and the employee of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodore von Valancius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before. Rook bows his head and focuses his attention on you. The Venerable Archdeacon Shadow Coast. There we go. We're gonna go a little pompous here. My regards, Your Reverence. As far as I'm aware, you were in charge of resource distribution for the Adeptus Ministorum. A rather fortunate coincidence considering where fate has brought you in the end. Bookveer smiles faintly. We are not sure if it is directed at you. I will be frank with you. You may forget your family name no matter who gave it to you or what the origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodore von Valancius and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor. Oh, wow. We just walked up and was like, hey, you are an heir to a rogue trader. That's big news. Lord Captain, a strange title for Lady Theodora. Um, it's interesting. I feel like they updated the text here, and I don't like it as much. Just a comment. It doesn't feel as feels a little too clean. All right. Um, you have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valancius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodore's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others. Alright, Lord Captain, a strange title for Lady Theodora. Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue trader entered the God Emperor's service and therefore is sacrosanct. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? So that you may fulfill your blood duty, Shadow Coast. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader in deeds blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodore's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate. Alright. You say I am one of the rogue trader's heirs, and there is another candidate. Look to reassure slightly. There are, and you will meet them soon enough. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it. Let's gonna be direct. But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodore. I imagine you may have many questions for your patroness, and I am sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelfrad von Valancius are conversing on the observation platform located in one of the wings of the officer's deck. Let us join them there. I shall accompany you. Rogue Trader von Valancius. Alright, here we go. I feel like they made the UI. Whoa. Summary. Hereticus. Belief and value of human life and free. Oh my goodness. This is what we were trying to do in the other playthrough. The value of human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, capable of overcoming the wars and dangers of the universe. This is the direction I would want to go. Um, for the last playthrough I had. It feels... I can't put my finger on it, but it doesn't feel as good as
Victory awaits.
I feel like they try to make it cleaner, and what they had before wasn't perfect, but it felt more grimdark to me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright, some objects can be interacted with. Yeah, we know that. Massive conference table. We're gonna try a perception check. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, here we go. Let's go click some buttons. Nothing. Alright, we can't comprehend the information.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Let's see what's going on here. Noble guest. Good job. You keep praying. That's right up our Ministorum. Alright, here we go. Master whispers, it's an emergency. The esteemed Lord Captain's pet has broken loose. Well, we had some...
Feel my wrath!
Alright. Kill the rogue trader's pet. Are we sure we can't... Alright, you have been ambushed. The battle begins. Whoa. Alright. Alright, so we know how to do a lot of this, but movement points are determined by the character. Like, yeah, so we have movement points, action points, pretty self-explanatory. The one thing I'm very confused about is it used to... Is this an option thing? Oh wait, we can change... Oh wow, okay, that's good to know. Display maybe? No, not graphics. Controls? Why can't I see the movement squares? Is that just the game? That might be game options. On. Auto and on. Huh. I'm still confounded. It used to... I thought it laid out a grid before. Let's see, can we shoot this guy? Alright. Thank you for letting me know that.
I'll pass.
Well,
absolutely not.
That sucks because as a leader we buff our teammates. Oh, you're toast. Every time... There we go. We were bugged before.
I don't have time for this. Not a problem for me.
Alright, got it. Thank you. We're gonna... Is that a 40%? I don't like that. Well, if it's gonna be 40% no matter what,
Nothing
I'm gonna come over here. And miss. That sucked. We're gonna let Conrad tank him because we don't like him. We get right up next to him.
All too easy.
75%. Alright. I can scarcely believe it on a day like this. Alright, your character missed. Yeah. What's suspiciously poor timing for such an accident? A wild beast breaks free in the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. Without taking his eyes off the dead beast, Valkyrie removes a voxcaster from his belt and speaks a few quick orders into the device, then turns to you. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sections of residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. I'm a little suspicious. Alright. Nope. That opens it. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises station. The lines of Oakford's forehead soften and his voice regains its usual courtesy. I'm afraid I must remain here, Shadow Coast. For Lady Theodore's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It's just at the end of this corridor. Okay, well, I wanted a looty loot. Alright, the journal updates.
It's about
Nope,
time.
no loot. The huge beast roars. Alright, we're not gonna look at everything. A violet alloy.
None shall stand in my way.
Alright. Can we see, are they repairing the thing? The location in which Theodore sped escape was now obvious signs, no obvious signs of damage. The cause of the, oh, here we go. The cause of the creature's escape remains a mystery to you. Alright, so someone let him out. I think I know who it is. Apparently we have to, like, do something to open the door. Get the map. Anything over here?
I won't tolerate weakness.
I have no idea where I'm going, but we'll figure it out. Nope, think I found it. Edelthrad, this is simply irrational, Lady Theodora, says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension, his face half of which is covered by a sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be a political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. The tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye flashing crimson. Then suggests an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do, Aeon the 6th, Edelthrad? We're going to survey the room. Your first expression of Ethelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tight, bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bones. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Ethelthrad, Theodore von Valancius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of a data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodore. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Shadow Coast, approach and give me your answer. Passive skill checks. Character skills reflect their current level of knowledge and abilities, so this is really important. Consider the hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Cronus expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects of large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Alright, so we have some options here. Lord Zeno succeeded. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, if the population of Aeon 7 engages in Zeno worship. Um, hmm. We're gonna go with let's learn more. Theodore arches an eyebrow. Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Edo scoffs. Apart from Xenos, an uncharted planet might be teeming with myriad of horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Shadow Coast, are simply unaware of their existence. Alright, let's push back. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Ethelthrad. The color drains from Ethelthrad's face, which distorts his features further. Insolent, ignorant upstart, how dare you! Ethelthrad, Theodore's tone renders him silent. I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartment in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I won't forget the time. Ethelthred bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. See you later, Ethelthred. Who is... I thought one of these guys would be Abelard, but neither of them look very Abelard-like. Wait. Oh, maybe he's down here, and I just... the angle. That's Theodora. Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves, then she turns to you. So, Shadow Coast, why are you here? There are questions that I wish to have answered. You are direct, I approve, but you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodore von Valancius, Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and that my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and bow death and ruin on us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, peoples, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Shadow Coast, are one of those with the Von Valancius blood on in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Alright. I'm ready to take on the sacred purpose. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of the warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of one of their closest ally. Theodore sighs and looks away pensively for a brief moment. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Rook served me for many years before he made his mistake. Did I hear that right? The Master of Whispers is related to you? His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Vogtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. Are there other heirs? Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthred may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of responsibility that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have good feeling about him as a candidate. If you are satisfied with Ethelthrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Theodore shakes her head in impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstances and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Ethelthrad as my successor, I'll still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here in the Coronis Expanse. A priest of the Adeptus Ministorum, I never would have thought that someone in my house would become one. Spare me the recital of your dogmas on humility and service. I am well aware the ecclesiarchy is no less versed in matters of logistics than the hair splitters from the administratum. When your commercial interests are hidden behind a facade of concern for humanity's souls, any actions you take will raise far fewer questions than it would otherwise. Alright. See why you like me. The vox affixed to Theodore's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is an unintelligible noise. Theodore, when she shuts off the transmission, gives you an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives a signal to initiate the voyage of translation out of warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Alright. So, where's the ship headed? The Owlcat system, the domain of the rogue trader, Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possess resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. Alright. I set the course for Reichid for the demand. Theodora grimaces. She gives you a stern look, then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose of this voyage, but now is not the time. So what are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel, and in your new position, eventually I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. Alright, I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to... Theodore's Vox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Voxcast, then nods and draws her weapons. Disturbances reported on the adjacent deck. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Heed your cries of mercy. Crush them.
Do we get to control Theodora? No, we don't.
I took care of this one.
There's Abelard.
Reduced to dust.
Mort. We got Mort the... I don't know what Mort is. Alright, so part of the challenge is, as a leader... Alright, we're gonna use cover. For sure. See, why... I think it's just bugged out. Because I can't...
Suits my purposes.
I'm gonna Warheim. How? Yeah,
I'll pass.
Can't bring it down. That's super unfortunate. Do I even have an angle? 38%.
I shall not fear.
Alright, that sucked. Yeah, I guess starting with nothing and no abilities and nor people to help influence sounds about right given our status here. I think the question is do we have a grenade or a medicate? I don't think we have either. Did you... Okay.
target. Die!
Luckily these guys, see now it's like the first one gets screwed up. Can we?
Forge ahead!
77%, so don't screw this up. Well done, sir. I would love to buff you, but... Oh, there's another guy.
They will leave a scar!
I took care of this one. One fewer target.
Alright. Theodore waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single Horson survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes on you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst on the deck. Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security makes them much more susceptible to harsh realities of warp transitions. She looks at her Vox. Oh, we can right click on it. On her hand, all you can hear is lifeless static. What's happening? From what we've seen, Shadow Coast, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of warp madness. The Center Sol is astonishingly calm for someone who just survived a sudden attack. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, but such episodes seldom spill on to other decks. Theodore clicks your box a few times. The casters are not working or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communication. I'll need a direct channel to the chief ensign sphere before I can get a sense of what we're up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it'll be some time before we no longer need them. So what are your orders? Mort has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arc Militant requires aid, and be quick about it. Alright, the officer's deck is under attack. So we're gonna go to the officer's deck. So we're gonna call this an episode. If you're interested to see more of Shadow Coast, the Ministorum,
Doubt is
what are
for
we?
the weak.
I don't even know if we can see who we are anymore. Astro Minister. Oh yes, finally. Ship combat will be improved. The alpha was definitely rough. Features, doctrines, reputation, biography. What happened to our biography history? Well, Astra, Ministorum, Ecclesiarchy, whatever. We're gonna play Shadow Coast, the priest, or former priest, refined priest. We shall see. There are some improvements on angling and some other stuff, which is nice. So we're gonna continue the episode. If you want to see more, please be sure to drop that thumbs up and comment. Thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you in a future video. Shadow Coast out.